the second question, we're given the sum of the quadratic sequence, given that as n is n squared plus 2n to the first question is asking us to find the value of the sum of the first 100 terms. So the sum of the value of the first 100 squared plus 2 times 100, that becomes 1,000, 10,000 plus 200. The sum of this is going to be 10,200. The second question is asking us to find the actual values of the first 3 terms. So the values of the first 3 terms, of what we're first going to do is say S1, 1 squared plus 2 times 1, that's going to be 1 plus 2, that's 3. So I just calculated the sum of the first term, which is just the first term. The sum of the first 2 values is going to be 2 squared plus 2 times 2, 4 plus 4, that's 8. This value of 8 is the value of the sum of the first 2, but because we already know the actual value of the first term, we can get the value of the second term by saying the value of the sum of the 2 values, 8, minus the value of the first value is 5. So 5 is the actual value of the second term. Now, 9 plus 6 is equal to 15. S3 is equal to 15. This 15 represents the sum of the first 3 values, but because we already know the sum of the first 2 values, which is 8, we can get the value of the third term. So that's going to be 15 minus 8, that's going to be 7. Therefore, T1, T2, and T3, 3, 5, and 7. The final question is asking us to evaluate this sum. The first thing that we're going to do is expand it. So 5 minus 4, that's going to be 1. 5 minus 6, negative 1. 5 minus 8, that's going to be negative 3. And then finding the difference between these, negative 2, the difference between negative 3 and negative 1 is going to be negative 2. Negative 1 and positive 1 is going to be negative 2. Next thing that we're going to look for is the number of the terms in the series. The number of terms can be calculated by saying n minus 2 plus 1 is going to be n minus 1. This represents the number of terms that this series has. So we have the number of terms of the series. We have our a. Our a is going to be the first term, which is 1. Our common difference is going to be negative 2. We can say the sum is going to be n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times the difference. Our sum is going to be negative 800 minus 17 negative 800 minus n minus 17. The number of terms is going to be n minus 1 over 2 times 2. Our first term is going to be 1 plus n is going to be n minus 1 and then minus 1. The difference is going to be negative 2. So we have negative 800 n over 17 Negative 2 times n is going to be negative 2n. Negative 1 minus 1 is going to be negative 2. Negative 2 multiplied by negative 2 is going to be positive 4. So negative 800 n minus 17 over 17 is equal to n minus 1 over 2 times negative 2n plus 6. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is distribute this n minus 1 over to these brackets. What we're going to do that is 800 n over 17 n minus 1 over 2 multiplied by negative 2 multiplied by negative 2n over 2 plus n minus 1 times 6 over 2. This 2, we have a single value of 2, in the denominator. 6 can be expressed as 2 times 3, so the 2 can cancel out. This is a product. Negative 2n is the product. It can be expressed as 2 times negative n, so that the 2's cancel each other out. What we're left with is negative 800 n over 17 is equal to n minus 1 multiplied by negative n plus 3 multiplied by n minus 1. Negative 800 n over 17 is equal to negative n squared plus n plus 3n minus 3. Plus 4n minus 3. Multiply 17 throughout. Minus 17n squared plus 68n minus 51. And then transpose all these values to this side. You're going to have positive 17n squared minus 868n minus 51 is equal to 0. From here on, you can use your quadratic equation where you get your n to be 51 and 1 over 17. But because we're looking for the number of terms, which is a positive whole number, our n cannot be 1 over 17. Therefore, our number of terms is going to be 51.